In our family tradition, we were brought up to give back. In this sense, if all of our success is because of children and families, the most beautiful thing to do was to build a children's hospital in Rhode Island, because at the time, the only children's hospital we had was, I think, only about 24 beds, and people were going to Massachusetts or other places.
One of the great joys I have living in Rhode Island is every time I drive back and forth on 95 and I see the Hasbro Children's Hospital, I can't help but smile. This is an incredible feat that our company, that Alan and Al were able to pull off, and it just gets better and better. And I know Gerrie is also a big part of it, because she is always there counseling Al about what the right thing to do is, and that's what leaves me a little in awe that 22 years later, they're still as committed to it as they were back then.
Years ago, I remember Mr. and Mrs. Hassenfeld being very generous. I was always very impressed with what they did. And I said to Al that someday, if we were fortunate enough, that would be something that I would like to do.
As we thought about, giving back to the community, we really wanted to focus on children. And for a couple of reasons. One, I've been in the toy business all my life, and children have been very good to us. But I also wanted to be giving and supporting efforts that were solving problems.
And we see what we can give our children and our grandchildren, what we can give them in life. They've had a wonderful life. Not every child is as fortunate as that. So that's why we've decided to do what we do for children, to, in maybe a small way, help to make life a little easier for some of these children.
No couple, I think, can warm a heart more than they can. I remember the days that Al and I and Gerrie, Wayne and Jeannie, and a number of people from Hasbro would go and give the kids in the hospital Christmas gifts, and of course chocolate chip cookies, if Al hadn't eaten them all. But just to see the engagement, the warmth, the humanity, it's incredible. Al comes off sometimes as, it's got to be done this way, and Gerrie's much more pliant. Believe me, the harder one of the two is Gerrie. She's the only one I know that can get Al to smile and basically step back a teeny bit.
Al and Gerrie's story is a true love story. They raised 4 incredible children. They have incredible and wonderful grandchildren, but they've done what is so hard to do in this crazy, busy world of ours, which is never forget that each of them are each other's first priority.
I always find that Al and Gerrie, when they get involved in a project, they go all in. And that's certainly been the case with the hospitals. They started with Bradley, and then Al got on the board. It was the chair of Lifespan, and certainly when we did the Hasbro Children's Hospital, they were a big part of it.
We live in a great state, and for a long time, we didn't have a place where children could get good quality health care. So the fact that we now have Hasbro Children's Hospital just makes Rhode Island that much better of a community for people to live in. And the fact that both Bradley and Hasbro Children's Hospital are within the same system is something that's very, very unique. I don't believe that exists anywhere else in the country. So we can treat the whole child.
When there are people in this world that you meet who are caring and who are kind and are not afraid to show their feelings, we say that they have their heart on their sleeves. I think they take it one step further. They have their state on their sleeves, because Lifespan and Rhode Island are a better place because of Al and Gerrie.
I love the fact that they're being named the individual champions of the year, because you know what? In some regards, they're like one person. So I kind of get a kick out of the fact that they're the individual winners, but you both are number one in my heart.
This couple are everything that's good in Rhode Island, and boy, oh boy, Rhode Island Hospital has made the most wonderful choice in honoring Al and Gerrie tonight.